You wasted an hour today. You probably don't even know where it went, but it's gone. And that's why you still feel stuck. Most people never escape that loop. But there's a rule, a simple one, that changed everything for me. It's not sexy, but it works. And it works every single time. After my rockets exploded live on television, I had to regain everything by protecting one sacred hour every single day. I will show you how. But before then, take a moment to like the video and subscribe if you genuinely enjoy what I share with you here. And let me know in the comments where you are listening from and what time it is for you. It's fascinating getting to know you more. By the end of this video, you will know the exact way to protect every hour of your day. You know, people think I've always been this disciplined. They think I just wake up, program rockets, build Teslas, and tweet memes on the side. But that's not how it started. When I first came to America, I was sleeping on a futon in a shared apartment. I had nothing. I couldn't even afford a second pair of shoes. I was building Zip 2, and I was all over the place. Meetings, code, emails, more code, no sleep, repeat. But I wasn't actually making progress. I was just busy, and that's the trap, right? Busy doesn't mean effective. And that realization, it hit me hard. I remember this one night, I was exhausted, just sitting in the office past midnight, staring at the screen. I had worked 12 hours that day, but you know what? I didn't solve anything. I was reacting, not building. I was drowning in the shallow stuff. That's when I forced myself to ask, what if I just had one clean hour a day, no interruptions, just 1 hour to push the mission forward? That idea became a rule, and that rule became a turning point. And here's where it gets strange. It worked better than I expected. Not because I worked harder, I was already working like a maniac. It worked because I started thinking deeper. It was the first time I could see past the chaos. It was the first time I could actually hear myself think, and that's when SpaceX started to change. That's when I saw where Tesla had to go. So here's a question for you. What's the one thing in your life, you're meant to build, but you keep telling yourself, I'll get to it when I have time? Just sit with that for a second. That's the thing your 1 hour rule is made for, because that's how everything starts. Not with 12-hour days, but with 1 hour that you protect like your life depends on it. You know what I realized? Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're busy doing the wrong thing for too long. And the 1 hour rule, it's not just about discipline. It's about aiming before you fire. Let me explain. I've seen brilliant engineers burn out. Smart founders drown in noise. Even billion-dollar companies collapse because they kept doing what was urgent instead of what was necessary. And I get it. It feels easier to answer emails, to scroll, to react. You feel productive, but deep down, nothing important moved. So when I started using the 1 hour rule, that one protected hour every morning, I didn't just do more. I started thinking differently. Here's the real secret. That hour becomes your lab, your weapon. You get clear. You face the hard stuff you've been avoiding. You make decisions you've been postponing. You step away from the to-do list and into the what really matters list. Some of my best breakthroughs came in those moments. 1 hour of pure thought. No noise, no distractions, just deliberate effort toward the problem that matters most. Now you try this. Tomorrow morning, no matter what your schedule looks like, I want you to block off just 1 hour. Turn off everything. Phone goes in another room. Tell people you're unavailable. And sit with the question, what's the one problem in your life that if solved would change everything else? That's your mission. Because here's the twist. You don't need more hours. You just need more hours that actually mean something. So I was doing it 1 hour a day, no meetings, no noise. And for a while, it worked. Tesla's vision was getting sharper. SpaceX was solving problems faster. I was more focused than I'd ever been. I thought, this is it. This is the key. But then something weird happened. One morning, I sat down for that protected hour, and I had no idea what to do with it. Nothing came. No clarity, no breakthrough. Just blank space and a racing brain. I had been so focused on doing, I forgot to ask what I was actually aiming at. I realized I'd fallen into a new trap. I built the habit, but not the direction. It's like building a rocket with no destination. Impressive fuel, powerful engines, but no coordinates. That's when it hit me. It's not about managing time. It's about managing attention. Time without clarity is noise. That was a revelation. So I started doing something new. Before I used the hour, I'd ask myself one question. What am I pretending not to know? That one question exposed every lie I was telling myself. That I didn't know the problem. That I needed more research. That it wasn't the right time. All BS. And once I got honest about that, the hour became nuclear. Ideas, strategy, direction, alignment, all of it. But then, just when I thought I had it together, I made a rookie mistake. I started checking Slack right before the hour. Just 5 minutes, I told myself, and every single time it derailed me. My mind was no longer mine. It was theirs. And that's when I realized something terrifying. You don't lose your hour in the middle. You lose it in the 5 minutes before it starts. That was another revelation. And it changed the game. Now, I had the habit, I had the clarity, I had the mental prep, but I didn't have one thing, protection, because the world does not care about your sacred hour. Kids wake up early, clients call unexpectedly. Your own brain starts whispering, you should just skip today. And that's where most people fall. But I found a system that stopped that. And I'll show you what it is in a minute. Because here's the big truth most people don't realize. It's not hard to build momentum. It's hard to protect it. And that's where most people fail. But not you. Not if you know what I'm about to show you next. So let's talk about what actually kills the 1 hour rule. It's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's leakage. That slow, invisible drain on your willpower before you even sit down. Let me show you how I fixed that. It starts with something I didn't want to admit. One morning at Tesla, back when we were behind on production, I walked into my office, shut the door, opened my laptop, and immediately checked email. 10 messages, 5 fires. A supplier missed their delivery, a sensor glitch, a customer escalation, and just like that, my hour was gone before it began. I realized time blocks don't work if you don't guard them like your life depends on it. So I built a system, a 3-layer protection strategy that made that hour untouchable. Layer 1, every morning I use the same trigger, same time, same chair, same pen. It's like training your brain. This is thinking time. Think of it like a launch sequence. You don't change it. You just press it and go. Layer 2, I removed the physical barriers. Only one object in front of me, the mission of the day. If your brain sees chaos, it feels chaos. So I gave it simplicity. Make your environment beg for focus. Layer 3, I protected my boundary. This one changed everything. I told my team, this hour every day is non-negotiable. It is not to be interrupted under any circumstance. And you know what? They respected it. Because when you respect your hour, others will too. The goal of the 1 hour rule isn't productivity. It's not about squeezing more into your day. It's about rewiring your identity. Let me explain. For years, I believed I had to be available all the time. That success meant reaction. That every crisis needed me right now. But once I started protecting that single hour, just 1 hour of undistracted thinking, every morning, everything shifted. Before the 1 hour rule, I was constantly reacting. It felt like I was busy, but never in control. That hour gave me back my agency. During that hour, I wasn't reacting, I was designing. Designing solutions, designing the company's direction, designing my life. And here's the thing, this isn't about being Elon Musk. You don't need to be building rockets. It works because it clarifies your signal. When you give your mind one protected hour, it starts serving you instead of enslaving you. Let me put it in simple terms. Your brain wakes up in a fog, default mode network. But when you focus deeply with no distractions, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the command center, you stop drifting, you start deciding. And when you repeat this every day, you're training your identity. That changes your decisions, which changes your outcomes, which changes your life. The 1 hour rule helped me reconnect with my purpose, my kids, myself. And I'll say this, it's never too late to start. I don't care if you're 18 or 80. If you've got a mind and you've got 1 hour, you have more than enough. Because it's not about doing more. It's about deciding who you become when you do less, with intention. That's the reward, and I want you to have that. Here's the one line I want you to remember. 1 hour a day can rebuild your life if you protect it like it matters. Because it does matter. That hour is the difference between living on autopilot or engineering your future. And I know this world pulls at you, but just imagine this for a second. What if the one thing you're missing isn't more time, but one sacred hour where you're actually alive? No one will give that to you. You have to build the wall around it yourself. Here's what I challenge you to do. Tomorrow morning, before your phone, before your inbox, take 1 hour. Just one. No distractions. Just you. Think, write, design, solve, reclaim the controls. And after 7 days, come back and tell me what changed. Seriously, drop it in the comments. I read them. Because this isn't theory. This is what built SpaceX. This is what saved Tesla in the hardest moments. And this is what will transform your life if you do it with discipline. Subscribe to this channel, not for me, but for you to keep your momentum alive. This is where I break down the real tools that changed my life. In the next video,